Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Sunday here with us at the Unity Center of Pittsburgh. I'm so happy to be here with you all today. You know, sometimes it's hard. It takes a while for the gratitude to kick in on a Sunday morning, but this is the moment when it hits, when I see you all and your smiling faces, and I feel you all at home joining us. So thank you all for being here. We're going to celebrate that gratitude with a song. Thank you for this day. So feel free to join at home or with us and sing along. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for my health, Spirit. Thank you for my health. Thank you for my health, Spirit. Thank you for my health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. My glorious, my glorious, my glorious life. My glorious, my glorious, my glorious life. Thank you for my wealth, Spirit. Thank you for my wealth. Thank you for my wealth, Spirit. Thank you for my wealth. My opulent, my opulent, my opulent wealth. My opulent, my opulent, my opulent wealth. Oh, thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you, Shane. Thanks, everybody. It's so nice to hear your voices today. We're going to keep it going with another tune called Candle on the Water. Let your voices shine today. I'll be your candle on the water. My love for you will always burn. I know you're lost and drifting, but the clouds are lifting. Don't give up, you have somewhere to turn. I'll be your candle on the water till every wave is warm and bright. My soul is there beside you. Let this candle guide you. Soon you'll see a golden stream of light. A cold and friendless tide has found you. Don't let the stormy darkness pull you down. I'll paint a ray of hope everybody.
Thank you, Lucy and Shane, for that beautiful song, Water, the thought of the candle and the light on the water. It's so lovely. Welcome, everybody, to Unity Center of Pittsburgh. Thank you for joining us here this Sunday, here in person and remotely at home. Let's read our vision statement together and actually envision it, envisioning a spiritually awakened world flowing with divine love. And our mission statement: we are an inclusive, loving community dedicated to teach, inspire, and practice positive spiritual living. And let this be our guiding principle as much as we can this week, throughout the week. And let's just close our eyes together for a moment, further centering ourselves, grounding ourselves with a prayer, taking and releasing a deep breath, and another one with a sigh, reminding ourselves to let go of everything we don't need in this moment, right here, right now. Being fully present, fully open with each other, with the divine creative energy present in all of us and everyone. God folded, hidden in everything, in everyone, in every empty space, within us, above us, below us, beside us, through all of time, through all of space. And most important, right here, right now. We remember it, we affirm it, we open our eyes to it right now, and so it is. Every week we light the Christ candle to remind ourselves of our oneness, of our spiritual center. I just keep thinking of that. Thank you. Don't want that light to shine too brightly, do we? A little flame is enough. We'll keep it within, radiating out. Or we need it to be on the water, as the music said, right? Thank you, Maryann. If you want to join me in reading the Unity principles and trying to let them sink a little deeper, or maybe let them hit you in a new way as we read through them, to see if they might be useful in a different way as we walk through our day today. God is the source and creator of all. There is no other enduring power. God is good and present everywhere. We are spiritual beings created in God's image. The Spirit of God lives within each person. Therefore, all people are inherently good. We create our life experiences through our way of thinking. Through prayer and meditation, we increase our conscious contact with God, bringing forth love, wisdom, health, prosperity, and everything good. Knowledge of these spiritual principles is not enough. We must live them. And now, our daily word I will read for you, and then we will do our affirmation 3 times together. The word today is realize. And I don't know about you, but I realize things over and over and over again, the same things. But every time it goes a little differently, and I think it hits me from a different angle or perspective and gets a little deeper. which I think is good. I realize the power of spiritual truth. I have had many aha moments throughout my life when something that has befuddled me for years suddenly becomes clear. It may have been something I tried to learn in school, a skill I practiced and tried to master as I grew, or even an idea that challenged my understanding of the world around me. Whenever I realized something new, I could feel my world expanding, opening up before me in fresh and exciting ways, making me eager to discover even more. On my spiritual journey, I feel a similar excitement as I realize I have so much more than a spark of divinity within me. I am fully divine, just as I am fully human. I feel newly alive in this realization and so very grateful for it. Then Jacob woke from his sleep and said, "Surely the Lord is in this place, and I did not know it." Genesis 28:16. Now, if you would join me in saying this affirmation 3 times and just opening to allowing it to maybe sink in, the possibility that it might hit us this week sometime unexpectedly in a new and deeper way. Sometimes that means we have to not put something on top of it that we're expecting should be there. Sometimes even it's something we think is good, a positivity, a certain slant, just opening to the words. I realize the power of spiritual truth. I realize the power of spiritual truth. I realize the power of spiritual truth. Now we bless the children, all the children, including the children in us. And just open to that, recognizing the innocence, the newness, the freshness. How they can open our eyes again, help us reclaim our spiritual natures, our innocence, our playfulness. Bringing to mind the children in your lives that you know, children everywhere on the planet, your own inner child. With gratitude, with love, we lift you up and we give thanks to you all. We reclaim our youth, our playfulness, our ability to see with fresh eyes, hear with fresh ears. And so it is. Now for congregational announcements. We are looking, sorry, I got a little damp. We are looking for greeters and closers here in the church. It's really simple. You come 15 minutes early to say hi to people. And closers, it's not a big obligation. They're very simple jobs, but they help us keep things running smoothly here. If you're willing to do that, we have a sign-up sheet outside on the dresser, big dresser when you come in. If you would be willing to just sign up for one of those slots, it would be great. It would be a great way that would help us out. And it's a great way to get to know people and give some hugs, get some hugs when they come in and out. Since we're not doing our big, long congregational hug fest in the middle of the service right now. But please volunteer for that if you can, if you're able and willing. Now we have a fundraiser commercial that we are going to share with you. a little suspense first.
Welcome to the French Chef. I am Julia Child. We have a big dinner coming up. We could put the spaghetti sauce on and go out and play a snappy game of croquet.
How many players do we need?
Let me see. One for making meat sauce, one for making vegan sauce, one for making salad, two to run food, and someone to bring paper products and fix drinks, so 6 or so. We can all jump in and serve the noodles, yes?
Can't we pitch in and hit the ball taking turns?
Yeah, sure, we can do that. We need foodies to come up with dessert, too.
So spaghetti and no salmon croquettes, no strikers or running hoops?
No, just dinner. Let's whip up some fun.
Sounds like fun to me. Where do I sign up?
On unityofpittsburgh.org, click on fundraiser and sign up. This is Julia Child. Bon appetit.
We hope that you will now go to our website if you're home, or if you're here, that you'll go to our website when you get home to read more, and please volunteer to be a part of this event. You can look for fundraiser is in the menu bar of the unityofpittsburgh.org website. And there's also a special question and answer session after the service today, where you can get more information about becoming involved in that. Now it's time to pray again. So, settling in, closing your eyes, going within, bringing to mind any concerns or any areas of focus where you would like to send upliftment, where you would like support. Or maybe the smaller human part of you sometimes feels grief or confusion or heaviness. To share it with the collective divinity, the divine wisdom and energy. Turning it over with faith. Turning it over with a remembrance of the creative brilliance in evidence in the universe all around. Turning it over. In evidence of the interconnectedness and interweaving of all of life. Of all of love. Leaving it with peace. Peace, peace, perfect peace radiating from your heart, from every collective heart in the room, through every connected heart in the place, in the city, in the country, in the world, to every songbird and plant, through every animal, every forest, every river, every ocean, every mountain, every bit of sky and ozone, every planet, every galaxy, every beautiful star, every sunrise, every sunset, releasing it to the all And so it is.
I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening.
Going deeper within now, comfortable in your chair. Taking a deep breath and releasing it with a sigh. And for this meditation time, I want you just to focus on feeling yourself enveloped in unconditional love and compassion. Starting at the top of your head, your skull. Just imagine unconditional love in a beautiful radiant light all around you, beaming into you, filling you, no matter what thoughts, emotions, past situations, disappointments are met with calm, compassion, and unconditional love. Moving to your forehead and your eyes, allowing them to soften, and unconditional love surrounding and permeating through your cheekbones, your nose, your mouth, your ears, your jaw and tongue. Unconditional love all through your skull and your brain and your mind. Any regrets, seeming fears or worries, met with compassion, unconditional love, shining without, shining within, down through your neck, your throat, your voice, what you can hear, and allow in the words you allow out, onto your shoulders, melting any sense of tension or burden, of holding, all released. Unconditional love, moving inside and outside down through your arms, your upper arms, your lower arms, your hands and your fingers. Every instance of love you've showed with your arms and hands or ached to show. The only thing that's left is compassion and unconditional love is all there is all you are. Letting everything else go. Feeling into your body, into your lungs and your heart. Expanding with love down through your spine, beaming through your back like a warm sun, going through every organ, through your waist, your stomach, your hips. Nothing but compassion and unconditional love. See a smiling face, a benevolent parent, a benevolent divine creator who has nothing but compassion and unconditional love as we return to our spiritual essence. Down through your thighs, strong stances and flexible. Down through your knees and your calves, your ankles, your toes, the arches of your feet. Nothing, your whole body is nothing but self-compassion and unconditional love. Unconditional love and understanding glowing within you and around you, coming towards you and from you with every beat of your heart. Anything, any illusion that isn't that, that wasn't that, draining down through the soles of your feet into the fertile earth. Just energy to be realigned, to be recycled, to be refreshed. And imagine that you're sealing this aura, that you're accepting this divine nature. You're accepting your Creator's vision. You're accepting your true spiritual essence as you were created, unencumbered, carrying no illusion from the past, not weighed down, fresh, now. Feel your feet on the floor in this moment. Feel the palms of your hands on your laps. As you begin to come back into the room, you can keep your eyes closed while you listen to the music, or you can open them as you slowly return to this space with all of us, carrying your essence, your true essence with you, allowing yourself not to bring any illusions. And we hear some wonderful music from Lucy and Shane.
Thank you for that beautiful meditation, Robin. It was wonderful to hear you talk so much about unconditional love, where a lot of times when I think of unconditional love, it's something that, we want to feel and exude towards other people and welcome and love everyone. And I think this song is about unconditional love and forgiveness for yourself, because I think it can be a challenge to forgive yourself for some of the things in your life and, realize that despite all of our challenges, our path has brought us to today, to this beautiful moment that we're all sharing together. It's called God Bless the Broken Road.
I set out on a narrow way many years ago, hoping I would find true love on the broken road. I got lost a time or two, wiped my brow and kept pushing through. I couldn't see how every sign pointed straight to you. Every long lost dream led me to where you are. Others who broke my heart, they were like northern stars, pointing me on my way into your loving arms. This much I know is true, that God bless the broken road, led me straight to you. Think about the years I spent just passing through. Wish I could have the time I lost, give it back to you. You just smile, take my hand. You've been here, you understand. It's all part of a grander plan that is coming true. Every long lost dream led me to where you are, and others who broke my heart, they were like northern stars, guiding me on my way into your loving arms. This much I know is true, that God bless the broken road, led me straight to you. God bless the broken road, led me straight to you. God bless the broken road, led me straight to you.
Thank you, Shane. That was amazing. That was wonderful. Thanks. And now we have Maryann Hackworth to come up and talk to us about forgiveness, a powerful spiritual practice.
Good morning, everyone. It's wonderful to see you here. And I absolutely love that song that you just performed, Shane, and it just encompasses forgiveness so well, doesn't it? That there is a master plan and there is a point to everything we've experienced in our lives that has brought us right into the now, into who we are. Very great. There's so many ways that the service always ties together. And I didn't even realize that the daily word was realization. And it is so interesting because the idea that Robin said sometimes things that you just read or hear bring you this instantaneous moment of, aha, this is a new perspective. Well, I had that happen a couple of months ago. I read a quote, and I wanted to share it with you. I thought it was so powerful. It was written by Reverend Lloyd Strom. He said, "You cannot offend an enlightened being." And I did the same thing. I chuckled. So isn't it funny that brings a chuckle? It brings a realization and at the same time kind of a smile to our faces. Because it said to me, well, Maryann, if you have any doubts or any thoughts, am I enlightened yet? Maybe I am. Maybe I don't even realize it. And then I read that and go, oh, probably not. You cannot offend an enlightened being. Wow, that brought me to understand more fully what it is that we're all about. We're coming into this space and time to become enlightened, to discover our inner divinity, and in doing so, we cannot be offended. That will be our sign, our realization that we're there. We got it. He went on to say this. I'll put my glasses on. The only way we will ever be able to live in a world where we are not offended is to learn how to forgive all those who offend us. Therefore, whenever we are offended, we are being provided with an opportunity to learn how to forgive more readily and more fully. Isn't it that song that you just sang, that every broken heart we've felt was the northern star? It was our guiding light, and it led us right into the power of forgiveness. I believe that forgiveness is the path to take every experience that offends us in some way, whether small or large, and move it into the encompassing unconditional love of what Jesus named the Father, the divine mind that exists within our mind. Our conscious intellectual mind can get offended. Emily Cady calls that our mortal mind, where we look out into the world and we study it and we witness and we say, I don't like that. I don't like the way he acts. I don't like the way she said that. And we analyze and we say, I'm offended by it. So what is the path? The path to enlightenment is to forgive it, to release it. Charles Fillmore and Myrtle Fillmore strongly advocated spiritual practice of forgiveness. This is an often quoted statement from Charles. He said, "Here is a mental treatment guaranteed to cure every ill that the flesh is heir to. Sit for half an hour every night and mentally forgive everyone against whom you have any will any ill will or antipathy. Sit for half an hour every night and mentally forgive anyone that has offended you in some way. Have you ever woken up at 3 a.m., maybe 4 a.m., maybe 2 a.m.? I don't know what your hour is, your bewitching hour. I know I'm not alone, that I can fall asleep easily, but for some reason in the middle of the night, something will wake me up. And then what goes on? The mortal mind flicks a switch. There you go. You're off to the races. And we start to mentally narrate, right? And sometimes the narration is simply what I need to get done, how much work I have ahead of me, how am I going to accomplish this, blah, blah, blah. Or sometimes it's conversations with individuals. Or sometimes it's just viewing the world as something I read and saw I didn't agree with. But most often, it is this idea of being offended that keeps me awake. And it goes around like it's like a mouse on a little treadmill, and it spins and it spins. And I had that happen recently. It was about 3 a.m. and I could not fall back to sleep. And you fall down this rabbit hole, and then you can't figure a way. You don't even know you're in it, actually. For some time, you run around in that hole. And then the enlightenment, that aspect of you that is enlightened, snaps you out of it. And you say, aha, I know I have a spiritual practice. I know I can do this. I can move into forgiveness. So I decided. I got comfy on the pillows, laying there, and I am starting to mentally bring into my consciousness, take some nice deep breaths, and I say, I am willing to forgive. And then I placed, let's just say, I'll make a name up, Fred. I am willing to forgive Fred for his personality. Simple. Simple. Fred is a personality. Fred is discovering his own enlightened being. And I am willing to forgive and release his personality that struggles against it, as mine does. And the interesting thing about forgiveness is that for me in that moment, I prefer saying I am willing to forgive rather than I forgive Fred. You may say I forgive Fred for his personality, but perhaps that's a stretch. Sometimes things are just a little too much, and we think, I don't know how to forgive Fred because he has pushed my buttons far too many times. So instead, what we do know as spiritual beings, as truth students, what do we know beyond a shadow of a doubt? I am willing to forgive. And then we take that and move it into the imagery of the divine. Robin was speaking of hands today. That also works for me, is thinking in my hands are releasing this burden that I'm carrying and placing it into the hands of the divine who willingly absorbs that negative energy that I'm carrying. So that is what I wanted to bring up today. The reason that we practice forgiveness, the reason we practice it is to release ourselves from bondage, to let go, to allow a true essence of joy to come forth to the surface that has been encapsulated, if you will, by the entanglement of the energy of being offended. And if we begin slowly through this practice of forgiveness to extract ourselves from that negativity, then the outward demonstration of our lives will be that much richer. We know that we are demonstrating on the outer that which we are experiencing on the inner. That is what New Thought teaches us. That is our spiritual philosophy. And so in order to demonstrate on the outer what we truly desire, which is peace and joy and harmony and love and friendship and unconditional compassion, how will we accomplish that if we are encapsulated in the negativity of unforgiveness? So I'll go back to Charles, because he really wrote an incredible outline of this on forgiveness. He said, "How can you expect to forgive your transgressions before you have first forgiven others of their transgressions? One of the laws of mind is that one belief must be dissolved before another can take its place. If you have in mind a thought that someone has wronged you, you cannot let in the cleansing power of spirit until you have dissolved and cast out the belief of this wrong." That was his language that he used back in 1930s. He said, "Have you, by forgiving your debtors," remember Jesus' statement, right? How do we pray? He was asked 2,000 years ago, and this was the revelation that he gave. He's teaching the power of the inner to the outer. "Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us." This is a reciprocal interaction. Our life is reciprocal in nature. It is circular. That which I forgive will be forgiven to me. The energy of love that I carry out will be returned to me. So he gave that as a statement. Forgive us our trespasses. He's actually invoking the power of Father, which he referred to Source or God as the Father, right? Father, forgive us our trespasses as I forgive those who trespass against me. Invoking this power. Are we brave enough to do that? Are you brave enough to say, "Father, forgive my trespasses, because I sure as heck am willing to forgive those who trespass against me. I'm willing to receive the energy now that I'm giving forth, because I know my energy is pure, because I've spent time forgiving." That's a beautiful thought. And that's why forgiveness works. Because it's releasing us and cleansing away that energy that's constricting and restricting us. That's what we call demonstration at Unity. That's our demonstration, in the outer from the inner. So I wanted to share, here's one more from Charles. I just have to throw it out. He really wrote good stuff. "The question is not, how guilty is that man, but how do I stand in the sight of the Father as to my ideas about his guilt?" Now, this is where we have to be clear. Forgiveness does not release the perpetrator from the fact that they perpetrated against us. The first way to understand this is to say, understand that forgiveness does not exonerate the perpetrator. Forgiveness liberates the victim. It is a gift you give yourself. Do you get that? Myrtle Fillmore said this when she was counseling. She was counseling people through letters she wrote, and people would come to her. They were in troubled relationships, marriages, and felt this obligation or duty to withstand this abuse or this negative relationship. And she said, "Forgiveness is not silent consent or the negative appearance of making the best of a situation while underneath there is resentment. That's not forgiveness. Forgiveness is the art of putting something else in place of the thing forgiven. You put the positive realization of truth, of being, in place of the appearance of negation and adversity that your senses and your intellectual training report. Thus, forgiveness is a demonstration of spiritual strength. We replace negative emotions with love. We can extract ourselves from the perpetrator. We can move into a new experience of life. That's the demonstration. And forgiveness is a big part of it. Mahatma Gandhi said, "The weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is the attribute of the strong. And the strong is for you. The strength is your gift to uplift you, to no longer be victimized and oppressed. In some cases, we carry the burden of this perpetration, of the anger, of the resentment, of the suffering. We carry it for decades, right? And then, in fact, many times the perpetrator is long gone, and they're probably sleeping cozily in their bed, while I am laying on my pillow with this wheelhouse going on. And I say, why? Why must I be in this situation? I don't have to be. I will follow my spiritual practice. It's wonderful. So I was, I didn't bring my little book up. Back. One of the things that we had in my wheelhouse going was just kind of coincidental that came up here. This is a great book called Prayer Works. Rosemary Ellen Guiley wrote this. She has written a number of Unity books on the power of prayer. And in this book, True Stories of Answered Prayer, people wrote in after calling Silent Unity to pray with them over a challenge or a problem. So this individual said this. She had been in the hospital, this person, and she said, "When I came home from the hospital, depression and fear set in. Part of the fear was that because of my landlady. While I was still in the hospital, she came to see me and told me she did not want me back at home, that I rented from her, because she was afraid I would get sick again and she and her husband would have to care for me. My heart and my friends were there, so I did go home. When weakness and depression set in again, I telephoned a friend who suggested I call Unity. The woman who answered the telephone prayed for me. She asked me if I was holding any animosity. I realized that I was holding animosity toward my landlady. When I realized that she was fearful at having me there, I changed my thinking about my landlady from animosity to love for her. I was kind to her, and today we are good friends, and she does all she can to help me. Your prayers pointed out my animosity and changed my thinking and brought about love." This was one of the miracles that was recorded in this book, and it got me to think about something, a true story. Recently on our board, we were looking at the outside of our property, and our paint was peeling. It is peeling on our front portico above the steps. So we reached out to our landlord and his company and asked if they could please repaint it, uplift it, give it a little facelift. And we received a response that that would be our responsibility. We would have to paint it ourselves. And you know, friends, that is one of those things that triggers, I am offended by that. Right? That was one of those rabbit holes that I went down, right? And in doing so, I'm holding and encapsulating resentment and criticism. I'm hanging on to that hot coal, right? And then I thought to myself, why don't I transform this? I can be that role model. I can express love and gratitude and value for our space here and now that we are enjoying right now with everyone in this building and with you at home. We are grateful to have this space. Moving into love, I release that tendency to be offended. I'll finish with a little bit more from Reverend Lloyd Strom because I just loved his writing. As long as we harbor resentment, anger, or ill feelings toward anyone, we have work to do. We cannot shine when unforgiveness dims our light. Strom concluded, if you can't forgive those who offend you, you have no right to speak of love. Wow. If I can't forgive someone who offends me, then I should go sit down. I shouldn't even be standing here. But you see, friends, I can also forgive myself. That's the power of forgiveness. And laying awake in the middle of the night, when you catch yourself in a spiral, you say, I am willing to forgive me. I am willing to let go of these doubtful error thoughts. That's all they are. I'm willing to let go of my mistaken identity. I am putting myself into that light. And so I stand strong. I will actually say that I have no right to speak of love. I have to say no to that. I say no to it. Because I am willing to forgive, and I have every right to speak of love because that is what we are. We are love. We have this power to forgive. It is our spiritual strength. It's not a duty. It's not a duty. It's a gift and a blessing. And when we see it as a gift and a blessing, we say amen to it. I am not offended anymore. I'm on the path, as Shane said, to enlightenment. I'm on the road. And that road has some bumps and breaks, but I'm on it. And you're there. I offer you my gratitude for sharing this road with me and for bringing forth forgiveness into the world as we heal our planet and as we heal one another together. Namaste to you. Amen.
Thank you, Maryann. Always leave me with some wonderful things to think about. Now it's time for our prosperity practice. So if you're here, if you want to take an offering, if you have an offering, take it out in your hand. If you're at home, there is a link on the website where you can donate through PayPal or send a donation in. If you want to repeat with me, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am grateful. And as it's being collected here, we'll sing Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Thanks, everybody. We're going to close it out with one of my favorites, This Little Light of Mine. Try not to, catch too many things with that spark this time. But it's all right to get a little bit lit up. Let's do it. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Well, this little light of yours, you're gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of yours, you're gonna let it shine. Yeah, this little light of yours, you're gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Oh, this little light of ours, we're gonna let it shine. This little light of ours, we're gonna let it shine. This little light of ours, we're gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Oh, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. One more time. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Thank you so much, Lucy Clavey and Shane McLaughlin and Maryann Hackworth and Mac Inglis back there making all the technical magic happen, and all of you for being here today. And Robin Walsh, that's me. Thank you all so much. Closing prayer. We are the divine within us, around us, all through us, and we will carry it with us through this week, and so it is. Have a great week. The light of God surrounds us. I am a light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. So it is. Have a great week. See you next Sunday.